Well, yes, hi, this is Shantha Wetterhahn with Competitive Edge. We are here with Sandra Braxton this morning. We're going to be talking about her book, Why Not Us? I'm so excited to get her experience with writing the book, her experience with pain, love, hope, and everything that comes with struggling with infertility. And she has an awesome story. I love the way her husband and herself have both been able to move through this journey and write the book. And she has a book signing coming up. We're going to talk about all that. So I'm very excited about, really having this conversation with her. I just wanted to encourage you to follow Sandra on Twitter. She's at travel_chick2. So don't forget to follow her on Twitter. And also we'll give her an opportunity to, share it everywhere else you can find her online. So without further ado, let's talk with Sandra. Sandra, how are you this morning?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for having me, Shantha.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being on the show. Yeah, I met you at the We Rock conference, an all women's event in our city here. Well, it's here in Georgia, and a lot of powerful women were there. And the first conversation that I had with Sandra was about the book and her journey. So I want to find out more about you writing the book, Why Not Us? Tell us about it. Tell us also what led you to write the book. What are some factors that contributed to all this coming together for you?
Yes, well, my husband, Octavian, and myself have been going through infertility for 12 years. And so while we were on this journey, we felt alone. And we talked about it, and we wanted to make sure that other people did not feel alone.
Yeah.
And so we decided to share our journey and in attempts to make sure that other people did not feel alone.
Right.
So we decided to write this book, put ourselves on the line, which took a lot of courage
to
share all of our things that we went through, and it was actually therapeutic in writing this. We went through counseling.
Okay.
But writing this book was very therapeutic in itself. It was a lot of late nights crying. It opened up times for us to talk,
right?
Which helped in our marriage. It made us stronger, So
yeah,
this was very helpful for us.
So in what part of your journey and struggling with infertility did you decide, hey, our story needs to be told? What led to that? And, how long did it take to really go through this before you decided to put it together and write a book about it?
Well, actually, it's been 5 years since we stopped trying. Okay. So we're in the acceptance mode. So it took us to accept where we are now, to be honest, and try to help people get to where we say the light,
right,
in the journey. So we want to let people know, no matter what their outcome is in this journey, that there is light at the other end.
Yeah,
because you may not achieve what you think you want in the journey, but there is light at the other end.
Yeah, I think, what you just talked about, not just, with infertility, but any struggle, we all have our own thing that we struggle with, several things a lot of times that we struggle with. And I like what you said about acceptance. Yes. There are so many things in our lives that we cannot control, but we struggle and try to combat those things. And if we are able to come to a point where we're accepting our situations, things that we can't control, there's peace in that. And it sounds like you and your husband have made peace. Tell me about how this has really helped your relationship. You told me that you were able to communicate more with the book. Can you really share with us maybe what the struggle, the pain a couple goes through together, and having that support system from your husband? How has that impacted you getting here today and having peace with this struggle?
Yes, definitely. Well, we both now have businesses, and so that has helped us. As business owners, we network a lot. So meeting other people, having goals outside of the marriage, having focus on other things besides ourselves, mentoring children, seeing things, other people achieve things, or helping people achieve things. So all of those things help us and make us stronger. And we also know that there are other things besides us in this world.
That's
and we
right.
can make a difference as well.
Absolutely. And I know your faith has a big part in all this. Can you just share with us about your faith and how it really has impacted your growth, even through, small struggles to big struggles like infertility?
Yes, I believe in a marriage, there is not two people, there is three. And without God being in your marriage, it does not work. That is my belief. There was three people that went to the altar 17 years ago. And if he did not come with us to the altar, we would not have made it this far, because we had way too many problems to make it alone. Absolutely. So when one of us faltered, he picked us up and helped the other one be strong.
Yes.
So without Jesus, we would not have been here today.
Yes, I totally understand. I tried to live my marriage without Jesus the first few years. I thought it was cute, and we got saved in 2007. We've been married 10 years, and it's a whole new marriage. It's like having a whole new, is you get to start over, and he does make all things new. So that's what I love about what you just said and how your faith really has impacted your journey. And it's so important that, we're able to share that with other people. So, there are a lot of women today who are dealing with infertility, a lot of men, I must say as well, that they're just as important in this struggle. But coming from a female standpoint, there's shame because society has put these pressures on us as women. A lot of hypocrisy as well when it comes to these pressures. So what's your standpoint? How can you speak to that and also encourage women who are dealing with your same struggle and may keep it hidden, may not even be able to share this struggle with families who are pressuring them, where are the kids, or, friends who are having their babies and that sort of thing? How can you, speak to all those pressures and kind of encourage the women that are going through something like this?
Lord, please read my book. Because I got a couple of chapters in there covering everything you just said right there.
Why Not Us, the book? Yes.
Why Not Us, the book? First off, there's a paragraph covering the stigma, the man's stigma. Because there's a point in our journey where Octavian thought it was my problem.
Right.
So I took one year going to the doctor alone. And in our journey, it was not just me that had a problem. It was both of us. So we both ended up having surgeries to correct infertility issues. So that took a year out of precious time, as far as I was concerned, precious time that we could have, avoided if we both had been tested initially, without him saying, oh no, it's your problem. It's got to be your problem. No one in my family has infertility issues. That's a mindset thing. Yes,
absolutely.
So because it takes two to conceive, not just one.
Absolutely. I love what you said. He thought it was your problem, but it never changes, because even when the baby comes around, a lot of times the guys think I remember, when I was nursing my children, looking over at my husband, giving him the scowl look as he snored, so every extreme, any way you skin a cat, it's still, we, as women, we operate in a certain way. And as men, we come together though. So I love the fact that you said you were in therapy. How did that help your marriage and also your journey to get here today?
Yes, definitely. I say, and I talk about this in the book as well. In the Black community, I don't understand why therapy is shunned.
It is.
I truly believe that we all need therapy in one way or another.
Yes.
It is very good to go and talk to someone that is a third party, that is unbiased, that has an unbiased opinion, that you can go and be yourself and say some crazy things, yes, without them thinking you're crazy.
Yes, and leave it there on the floor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get it all off your chest.
Yeah.
And really be yourself, and say the things that you really need to say, and let them tell you what you need to hear so it can be put out, and so you can be diagnosed effectively.
Absolutely.
That is very necessary in our community. That's why I say in the Black community, because it's not done a lot. You will see it done very often in the Caucasian community, but in the Black community is shunned. And I truly believe it is necessary. So it was very helpful for us, because we went to see therapists, and we were able to go and say things there and leave it there, and not bring it back to our marriage, where we were, calling each other out of our name, and having bad arguments within the marriage.
Yeah. I love your transparency about that. I definitely sign off on therapy. I've used therapy, and I've had family members and friends that I wish had a sought therapy for certain traumas. And if you don't seek help, you relive that stuff. And you can never, people wonder why they haven't grown, not just in their personal lives, but even their career, spiritually. It's because they haven't gotten that help that they need. And therapy can really help you work out that stuff. I think, especially as, when I'm around a lot of Black women trying to succeed and excel and reach goals, and they're quicker to get a business coach or a life coach than they are a therapist. They'd rather spend that money on the outside instead of the inside. So I think that's, you hit the nail on the head when it comes to that. So
because it will come out. It'll come out somehow.
Yes. Even if it's self sabotaging.
Exactly.
And so I know when I'm overeating, or when I'm, overspending or doing things, I need to check myself. Now it's time to go and really dig deep and find out, why am I sabotaging myself? And a lot of times that's how we cope with things. So even if it's not, you're not lashing out at people, you're lashing out at yourself. So I love the fact that you have therapy as a big part of your journey, and which leads us to the book. I just want to find out about the book. What are some things that people, when they pick up the book, tell us where they can find it, and also what are some things that they can get from the book itself?
Okay, so right now it's available on Amazon and Kindle, and we talk about the 3 infertility journeys that we did. We did in vitro. And we also attempted adoption 3 different times. And we tell you about what happened during those 6 different attempts. And we also talk about what you may not know as far as laws that need to be changed for adoptive parents. People don't realize that adoptive parents are not protected, and laws are different for every state in this union. In my opinion, it should be one federal law, because if you go to every state, it is different. And people wonder why people go outside of the United States to adopt.
Yeah.
That is why.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Wow.
It is so much easier to go to Africa and get a child to adopt. I mean, you want to know why Angelina Jolie goes over there? Because it is so much easier to do that. So, I mean, because people would ask us, why don't you just adopt? is not that easy.
And it's expensive.
It
It's
is very
expensive. Yeah.
And so we talk about the cost with adoption. We talk about the cost of in vitro. I put all of that in the book, how much we spent, where the money came from. I mean, we were on the verge of bankruptcy. People did not know how much money was coming out of our pocket because we kept it all to ourselves.
Yeah.
Our family members didn't know because we were prideful people.
So right now, how has that come together? Are you now able to be more transparent with your loved ones and your friends, and how has that been received?
Oh my goodness. I am so glad we wrote this book. Well, first off, they're very proud of us. Praise God we didn't go bankrupt.
Yes, yes.
He provided our every need.
He always does.
He does. I love God. Yes, they are very proud of us, and we are very thankful to God. Let me just say that.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you have a book signing coming up here in Atlanta.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
This Saturday, January 16th, at Cumberland Mall at Fresh to Order from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay. And so you'll be there signing books. Anything you want people to know about that event?
Yes. Please come out to support. We will also have our mugs, coffee mugs, and T-shirts with our logos on there. And we're looking forward to seeing everyone, getting some hugs, hearing some of the testimonies. I'm telling you, since I've released the book, I've heard people tell about their stories of infertility. Some of our neighbors, we had no idea, had problems conceiving. They have children, but they had problems conceiving. We had no idea of.
Wow.
And this has touched so many lives. We praise God for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Sandra, tell me more about where people can find you on social media. I know you also have a travel company, and you guys have a really good Facebook page with all the beautiful pictures. Makes me jealous that I'm not traveling right now, but tell us where on social media people can find you, and any other things that are happening right now outside of the book that you want people to know, so that we can all support each other in this journey we call life.
Thank you so much, Shantha. Well, we have a community around the book. It's entitled Why Not Us? So look us up on Facebook. It's a infertility community where we discuss infertility. We also are on Twitter, Travel Chick _Chick 2, where we discuss our travel business. Our travel agency is The Braxton Agency. You can find us at www.thebraxtonagency.agentstudio.com. Okay. And we specialize in cruises for groups. So we love to travel. We like going on cruises especially. So if you need a cruise, look us up. We're also on Instagram at Travel Chick. We're also on, where else are we located? But you look up Travel Chick, and that's us.
Travel Chick. Yes, I love the branding. The same across all the social media platforms. I love it. I love it. Well, Sandra, Braxton, thank you so much for just this lovely talk. I really appreciate you sharing your heart and your journey with us today. And good luck with everything, especially the book. It needs to be read. That was the first thing I said when I met you. Your story needs to be told, and it's going to help so many people.
Thank you so much, Shantha. I look forward to seeing you again soon, sweetie.
You too. You too. I hope you have a great day.
You as well. Be blessed.